Coming to you from Ida's Valley, which is in Stellenbosch in the Western Cape, where just a few minutes ago there was a beautiful candle lit ceremony that was held by the organization Women on Farms. Now they represent a vast number or amount of women or speak for and advocate for the rights of women who work on farms in particular. Now they had this gathering today as part of the 16 Days of Activism campaign, and the particular issue that they focused on today, which is a great issue for women who work on farms, is access to justice. And one of their biggest issues is when they go to the courts to apply for protection orders, they say often the security guards at the courts become gatekeepers that prevents them, first of all, from entering the courts. When they are handed forms, it's only in English. They don't understand it. Many of them are not literate. There's not enough assistance at the courts to help them in their own language, be it Afrikaans, isiXhosa, or whatever other language, to assist them, to help them to fill out these forms, because the language of the courts is English at the moment. And what they did is they brought key stakeholders to speak to these women and perhaps address some of these issues. They had somebody from Paarl Magistrates Court, which is one of the main justice centres in this particular area, a person who spoke to them about the issue of accessing courts, accessing the right documentation, and access to language to understand what it is that they're doing when they lay charges and how to do it correctly so that justice can work for them. So the particular focus this year is absolutely the access to justice and the absolute struggle that women who work on farms have to access to justice. They are a particularly vulnerable group because the majority of women who work on farms are seasonal workers, and that means they are reliant on their living partners, husbands, boyfriends for an income. So a lot of the challenges they face if they are in an abusive relationship is also economical in nature, because they are only employed for a few months of the year, and the rest of the time they are economically reliant on the person that might be their abuser. Although not many of the issues were resolved here, however, Women on Farms says that they will now start a dialogue, and hopefully in a year's time there will be some progress around the issue of access, the very basics, the access to the magistrates' courts, filling in those forms, having someone there to help them, to translate for them, to assist them to fill out the forms, to give them better protection through justice. So this is just one of the myriad of issues that come into play when you speak about gender-based violence. And for Women on Farms, it's access to justice that is a crucial issue.